Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Always on my side and always provides. I'm blessed today. Thank you, Lord. I'm blessed every day. So, what do we have here? Counting our blessings. We are counting our blessings. Okay, so see all those peppers that I had? I had so many peppers. I chopped them all up. So, I have a fly? Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do with all these chopped up peppers is I'm going to put them in the bag and I'm going to freeze them up. I'm just get a little cup. Make it easier for me to scoop them out, but this is what I'm going to do right here. All these peppers, because I am not about to let all these peppers go bad, because they are already like saying I'm getting soft, and I don't want to deal with soft things. I like it when they have firmness. So I'm just filling up this bag here. I think that's a good amount. Whenever I need peppers I could take them out and cut them up for like a Western omelet. I can make pepper steak. I can make everything. You know, you can buy these frozen, so they're like fresh to frozen. So that's one bag that I've done already, and I'm gonna do another 3 bags right here. Let me put that there. And another thing that I want to talk about is the tomatoes. These tomatoes are so soft, and they're kind of spotty, and they have little bad pieces, but not all of them. See, these are all the tomatoes that I have left. I'm not going to throw them away because they have a couple of spots. I'm going to show you what I do with them. Okay, I'm going to make the most delicious sauce with them because I have my blender out already. Okay, so I'm going to leave a couple of peppers just to put in my peppers. Okay, I left those little bit of peppers here because what I'm planning for dinner today is I'm going to cook up this risotto rice. Risotto. Usually I make cauliflower stuffed peppers, or I make rice stuffed peppers. Usually make those 2 dishes, but today I'm trying something new. I'm making it with this little risotto, and if I like the way it tastes, then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy more risotto. I'm almost sure this is like rice with saffron. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff these peppers. I'm going to stuff them and put them in the oven. And I'm going to take this sausage and I'll be chopping it up in little pieces. And I'll be putting it in with the arrozo. And then I'm going to get some cheese out. So this is why I'm going to leave this here. But this pepper, these 2 peppers right here, they're going right to the ice box. See? I did not let them go bad, and you should not let them go bad either. Just freeze them up, and when you're going to use them, just take out as much as you need and put it in the food. It's very nice. All right, so I'm going to leave a little bit more out, only because I want to add some peppers to my tomato sauce. See, that's something else. Okay, so I'm going to leave that much out, and this is still a good amount. I'm just going to put it away. I'll stack them up in my freezer later because this is my freezer. I got to open it later. Alright, so I have these peppers, right? I'm going to leave these peppers here. I'm just going to give this a quick little rinse. It looks a little dusty. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, so I washed it, and like I said, I have to chop all these tomatoes, all these onions I gotta chop. So I think I'm going to chop these onions, peel them, and I'll be right back, okay? And then I can show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I just wanted to show you real quick what step I'm up to, and I peeled all of these, and I'm using all the onions. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onions that I peeled. I still have all of these to go, but I'll get to that, okay? Right now, I'm going to take all this up, and I'm going to chop it because I'm going to show you how I'm using it in the sauce. Now I'm crying. You see my tears? I'm crying all those onions. Okay. But this is what 5 onions look like. See that? I have some peppers on that side. But this is what 5 onions look like. And I'm just going to throw them in here real quick. Oh my goodness gracious, did I cry. These onions are, oof. What the smell that comes off of them. It has me cry. I think I should just cut the camera off for a few minutes and recuperate because I'm crying. Alright, I'm going to rinse this out because this is not helping with the crying. I'll be right back. Okay. I wash my hands. I wash the board. It's better. A little bit better. Okay, so I got a bracelet. Real cute. I'm not going to say from where because everybody knows from where. But this one is just like a little promise bracelet that I had one time when my son got surgery about 4 or 5 years ago. I put one on for, say, just superstition wise, but you know, red and black. It's something with the Puerto Ricans. And anyway, so I got this cute little bracelet and we made this as a promise, and I haven't taken mine off and his off since the surgery that he had for pinosis. All right, so I'm just trying to get some clean air, but I can't because I realize I'm standing over the onion. Okay, enough. Relax. All right, so here we go. Look at these tomatoes. They do not look nice, but look, lo and behold, perfect inside. So this one, another one, not so pretty, but it's not a problem because I'm not going to waste. I will not throw out this food because I can't eat a pretty tomato. I will make something else with it. I think that's good. This side looks a little mushy, but it's just a tomato banged up. And this one is really nasty, but it's only the top. Because look how beautiful that looks. Nice and juicy. Alright, so that's why I say I'm not throwing them out. This one, another one. See all those little black like mold or fungus? I don't know what they are. All I know is that half of this tomato is good and half of it is not. So this is a good size. See? Perfect tomato. There's nothing wrong with it. Alright, so again, another one. This one is nice and firm too. This one could probably be eaten, like if you wanted to have it on a side dish, but I'm going to get rid of it. But look at this, is a nice firm one. Don't matter. I'm still going to save it. I'm still going to cook it. And this one over here has a little dot right there. So the rest of it is fine. And this one, again, this one feels nice and firm. It's not that mushy, but cut off the bad part. And again, looking at a perfectly good tomato. Oh no. Okay, this one has a little piece there on the side and also here. But when you get rid of all that, it's just a regular nice mushy tomato. Why would you throw it out when you can make tomato sauce? When my father was alive, may he rest in peace, he used to have tomatoes, and he wanted to send me back to New York since he lived in New Jersey. He wanted to send me back with boxes and boxes of tomatoes that his neighbors were tired of picking, and he didn't know what to do with them. Probably never thought about donating them, but there were so many of them, and I told him, Dad, why don't, I'm sorry, it got me crying. Okay, I told him, Dad, why don't you just take the tomatoes and make tomato sauce? And he says, I never thought about that. And I said, I can make it for you. So I made a whole bunch of tomato sauce for him. He was happy. I put them in freezer bags in the freezer. Whenever you need one, take it out. But this sauce that I'm making, I'm gonna, hold on 1 second. I just need to wipe this. There's a lot. And hold on, let me get rid of this. Oh my goodness, those onions have me crying. All right. I got a clean paper towel. I just want to get rid of all this because this is not good. This is not good at all. Alright, so now we have clean tomatoes. I'm going to get rid of this. I might use it again, I'm not sure. But the whole thing that I think it needs to be cleaned because those tomatoes actually made my covered dirty there. And that was just the blackness from the tomatoes where I had them here. But, all right, I cleaned the bowl. It's all washed, that little black spot. All right, so I'll be right back. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these tomatoes up. That's the first thing I want to do, is cut the tomatoes up, and I'm going to chop them up into like medium-sized pieces, like about like that. I'm just going to throw them into the blender. Remember, they're so squishy. Okay, like so. Cut them up in little pieces. They don't have to be that small, but just enough is not a big chunk. Okay. I had to put a little napkin here. A little paper towel because this is so juicy. These tomatoes are so juicy. They really are juicy. So, chop them up a little bit. Just a rough chop, what they call it, a rough chop. I don't like the seeds, but it's not going to bother me. Once they're in the blender and they all get mushed up and grated, I won't even see them, so it doesn't bother me. The skin either. The two worst parts that I don't like, I won't even feel them. So there we go, we're almost done. I just got a few left. This one is so mushy. See what I mean? It's dripping. I don't think you can see it, but it's dripping right onto the paper towel. And so soft that the skin just comes right off of that. So if I see that, I'm gonna take it off. Look, it just popped right out the skin. How about you? Yep, just popped out. What about you? Oh, now I'm pushing it. This is a hard one. Okay, not that one. This one, how about you? Yeah, look. They were so squishy, I could even just squeeze them out a little bit and take out all the skins if I wanted to. But you know what? I'm not doing that. That's too much work. Just to leave it in there. It has a lot. That's a lot of tomatoes. So let me just take that, put it in the blender. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to get rid of this right here. All these little skins. I'm going to wash my hand a little bit. Okay, so got my towel here. All right, so okay. So now, what am I gonna do? So I have my tomato sauce in here. It's about halfway full. I'm gonna grab some of these onions and I'm gonna throw them in there because I'm gonna have like a ready-made sauce. So we have some onions. We have some tomatoes. This is gonna be a nice hearty tasting sauce. And over here I have like some fresh garlic. I'm just gonna take a piece out. I'll go like so. I'm just gonna drop it in there. And I also wanted a few basil leaves. So I'm gonna grab, I really don't know where to grab them from, but you know what, I'm going for the big ones. So these are really big basil leaves. Look at how huge that is. So we got a couple of basil leaves. I'm gonna grab another one from here, like so. Okay, I think I have enough basil leaves. They're so big, I really need to use the big ones already. But since she's my plant, I love her. Okay, so, all right, I think we have enough basil leaves here. Let me see, I need a big one in there. These two are pretty big. This one here. All right, no more. I'm sorry, baby. I have to apologize. Okay, just put her right back where she belongs. And I'm gonna give this a quick little rinse. I know you say they're just veggies, but it hurts to take them like here. Look at my beautiful oregano plant. I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3 leaves. Sorry. Okay, I got 3 leaves here. I'm gonna take this one because it looks like it's wilting a little bit. So if it's wilting, I might as well use it. Now this is oregano, a type of Spanish oregano. I'm just gonna give this a rinse, and I'm gonna add some oregano and basil to my tomato sauce. Okay, so here we go. I have my basil, my oregano, and I'm just gonna chop it up a little bit, like so. And my basil, I'm gonna chop it up a little bit, and I'm gonna take some of my basil and I'm gonna put it right in there, and take some of my oregano, fresh oregano. I'm gonna put it right in there. It's so aromatic. The aroma's amazing. All right, so I'm gonna take my blender and plug it in. And I see a little bit of tomato I dropped there. Okay, so I'm gonna take my blender and I'm gonna cover it up. I'm not gonna add any oil to this. It doesn't need it. I'm not gonna add any salt because when I cook, I'm just gonna add the salt. So blend it up real nice. Okay, that's a good amount. I think I actually have room that I could throw more tomatoes in there and just finish it off because it went down a lot. So I'm just going to throw the rest of them in there so I could get rid of this mess. And then I'm going to throw in the rest of the leaves, the herbs. And I'm just going to grab one more little bunch of onions in there and another little bunch of peppers. So I have a lot of onions, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. But the rest I'm going to save because I'm making my stuffed peppers, and I'm using these. So I have that to the side, and I'm going to use this and I'm going to brown it up so I can put it into my stuffed peppers. So this tomato, it seems such a waste to throw it in there because it's so good. I love tomato and cheese sandwich, so I'll probably just save that. All right, so let's throw the last bit in here, and I'm gonna get rid of this. 1 second. All right, I'll be back. Okay, let me get my other cutting board. I like one for veggies and one for meat. So that's why I have 2 cutting boards. I use this one for the meat and the other one I use for my veggies. I'm going to wash my hand and I'm going to wash my clean rag. Okay. Because I need to have it clean. Okay, now it's clean. Okay, before it had peppers all over it, but I like to clean my hands instead of wasting so many paper towels. All right, so I'm gonna take it again, and I'm gonna, you know what, I didn't add in here sazon, but like I said, let me get a sazon. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a sazon, and I'm just gonna put it in there. So this, my darling, has a lot of tasty flavors going on in there. So this tomato it's going good and I'm all wet from cleaning. I'm gonna unplug this baby from here. I'm gonna get rid of this for now. And look at all this tomato sauce. Okay, so they say, why are you always saving the jars? Why? Why do you have to have such a big jar of olives? I said, I don't know, I might need it. Need it. Yeah, look, I needed it. I'm gonna use this tomato sauce like this whole week, so it'll be nice and fresh. I'm gonna save that little bit right there so that I can marinate my meat. because I'm going to have the meat in there. So I'll just add a little bit of tomatoes and more onions and peppers. But yeah, I'll be using this like the whole week. And it has so many good flavors in it. I just made an awesome unprocessed, well, I did a process, but like no additives, preservatives, just fresh ingredients and tomatoes. So this is gonna be a good tomato paste. I'm gonna make a good pasta. What I'm gonna put in it, I don't know yet, but I got this and I'm putting it away. So those tomatoes did not go to waste. Hot. Okay, so I'm happy about that. Now, I got a little mess going on here, so this is the next step that I wanted to do. I really wanted to do these onions, but I'm going to put them away. I'm just going to put them right here for now. I have those onions, and those onions came from the City Harvest, but I also have a whole bunch of onions right here that I didn't even get to, and I definitely want to do this today. I'm definitely going to cut these in half and put them in the oven. And I'm going to clean them, definitely, because they're going to go bad. And I just love beets. These are beets. And I'm not going to let them go bad. I'm going to cook them up. Okay, I'm going to cook them up. And I already have the oven on. Or rather, I'm going to put them all in the oven. So let's see now what I'm going to do. Okay, I took the meat because I want to chop this up. First, I'm going to start. This is what I'm going to use for it. I have my peppers all washed and clean already. So this is cheese that I'm going to incorporate into that. I'm going to put these in the sink so that I could wash them. I'm just going to put them in that big bowl with some water until I'm ready to peel them. I think I'm going to peel them before baking them. And then I'll just bake them on a little tray. So yeah, I'm just putting them in the water because they're really dirty. They have a lot of dirt on it. All right, they have a lot of dirt. Okay, here's my sausage. And I'm just going to cut pieces for now, like this. And I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn on my stove. Are you going to turn on? Yes. No? Maybe so? No. I got you. Okay, so there we go. That's gonna start cooking, and I'm gonna cook it all down. Then I'm gonna throw tomato sauce, or rather, first I'll throw this, and then I'll throw the tomato sauce. I have a little bit of garlic here. I can add to this, but not yet. What I want to do now is cut these sausages up. So I cut them in half, and I'm gonna do it again because I want small pieces. I don't want big pieces in there. So I'm gonna cut them about like this, so they could go real nice in the stuffed peppers. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to cut them. I wish I could have cut the skins because I don't really like the skins, but I think if I do that, it really throws out a lot of the sausage. Look, see, there's still more coming out. So I want to, but I don't want to. It's kind of tough. That's the only reason why I say that, because the skin of the sausage is so tough. But I'm going to see if I can get over with a little bit of it. Okay, because I don't like the skins. And they'll cook down smaller pieces, but with the skins, they'll stay nice and tough. And, you know, the same size that you cut it, that's like what they're going to look like. So, again, I got to cut this one here. I'm going to get all this sausage cut up, and I'll be right back in a few minutes. Well, what do you know? They weren't so bad to peel up in the first place. Look. I peeled it off, and it worked out pretty good. I didn't have to cut anymore, so I just peeled it. It peeled off pretty quick, a few of them, but now this one's giving me a hard time because it's on camera. No. Yeah, because it's on camera. Okay, it's off. All right, that's it. I'm gonna leave it like that. These are all the skins that I cut off. Like I said, I was doing so wrong by throwing it away. I threw out a lot of pieces. I threw out because it stayed stuck to the kielbasa, to the skin. But over here, let me just clean my hands a minute. I'm gonna lower that. That's too high. I didn't put anything like to cook it with, so I'm gonna grab some butter and enough butter because I'm gonna make the rice right in the same pot. So the first thing I'm gonna do is let me add some butter to that. And that's about 3 tablespoons of butter, I would say. so let me get my little spatula. Okay, let's give this a little whoosh. It has something on it. You can clean it good. Did I not clean it well? So there we go. It was already starting to burn. I don't know what this is, but oh no, it looks like a piece of paper. But how did I get that little label? It must have stayed on one of the peppers, and I don't know how because I took all the labels off. Haha, that's so funny. I was cooking the label. Thank goodness I found it. Alright, so there we go. It's calming down now, so I'm just going to wait till this cooks up. Because like I said, I'm going to use this in my dish with the risotto. What does the risotto say? It says, in preparation, okay, in a large saucepan, 2.5 cups of water, and 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, so all I need to know is 2.5 cups of water. Alright, so I'm going to leave this right here for now. I'm going to throw this out. There. Okay. So, I still have, where's my knife? Oh no, my knife. Okay, I still have this more to go. So I'm just chopping it up into little pieces. I'm almost done. These were kind of big pieces. I didn't see how big they were, but I don't want big pieces. I want the rice to have a whole bunch of little pieces. Is risotto rice? I gotta look that up. Risotto, I think it is rice. I'm not sure. I think so. Alright, so all my meat is done. Just gonna wipe the tomato off of here. Alright, so that's done. Now I'm gonna do is, let's cook this up for a little while. I say about, it's gonna need about 5 to 8 minutes to cook up, okay? So I'll be back. These little onions are crying. They're sizzling. I hear, you hear that? They're crying. Okay, so that looks good right there. Very interesting. And this is going to cook down even more. I'm going to take my sausage and I'm going to put it in there now. Let me get the handle. Alright, so now I'm just going to fry up the sausage. And like I said, I have already my peppers here that I'm going to use. They're all washed and clean. So I'm just going to let this cook up a little bit. And it doesn't say the risotto to add any sauce, but that's okay. I'm going to add that little bit because it's not a lot. I would say it's about 4 ounces. But I have it left over and just to make the rice a little bit more fun. I hope I don't change the flavors because this has saffron. The risotto has a saffron flavor. I'm sure you still taste it, and I'm sure it's going to make the rice nice and tasty. But I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm not adding any of the taco seasoning that I usually add taco seasonings when I make my peppers. But I'm not going to add that since the rice has saffron. I want to see if I can taste that nice saffron taste to it. So there we go. Some of them were burning a little. Couple little peppers were burning. Kind of freaked out for a minute. I said, did I not clean them? But yes, I cleaned all of them. It was just getting burned a little bit. See that one? I started to freak out. But you could tell it's burned a little bit. Not all of them. There's just like maybe 2 or 3 random pieces. That's why I found it so like interesting. Like, wait, what is that? Very particular with my food. Very good. Alright, so I respect my food, and my food delivers good things. Alright, so that's pretty good there. It's almost done. And like I said, I have some cheese, but I'm not going to add it. And you might say the cheese will change the flavor also, but I don't know. I'm just trying something new today. Okay, so let's cook up this little bit of sauce. Okay, just some onion, garlic, pepper, the same thing that's in the pan, but in a sauce. So I just didn't want to get rid of that little tiny bit. So there we go. I'm not gonna add any sazon. I'm gonna put these two back. If you were looking at them, I'm putting them back. Okay, I'm not using that. Like I said, I just want this to dry up a little now. What I want is for it to dry. It smells so good. I think I might add a little pepper to it, just a little bit of pepper. And I was thinking maybe some salt, because this doesn't have any salt in it. And this is just a little extra. And if it's bland, it'll take away from the risotto. So I'm just gonna add, I didn't even add a little bit of garlic, yes, even though the tomato sauce had a little garlic. I'm just gonna add a little more to it. Hopefully it won't change the flavor. It's not gonna be a lot. That's like half a little teaspoon. Oh my goodness. No, okay. Oh my goodness, I added the garlic. Okay, it's gonna be just fine. No problem. It's not a problem. Alright, so let's cook this up. We're almost done. After this, I'll get the water in there, but like I said, I'm gonna wait a few minutes because I want this to dry up, so I'll be back when it dries up a little. That's getting dry really quickly, so I'm just gonna add a little salt and pepper because I didn't. So just a little bit of salt, pepper, maybe about that much, half a teaspoon, and about half a teaspoon of that. That should be sufficient. This looks really nice. I think it's gonna make the rice taste really good. The risotto, I don't know if it's rice or not, but see, you can see it's already drying. When I go like this, I hardly see any of the rice. I mean, oh, did I say rice? I hardly see any sauce when I move it over. It's getting to that dry state, and that's what I wanted. I want it to cook down. You can see all the peppers and onions are like disappearing and turning into this puree type of thing. That looks really good. Really, really, really good. Alright, so, alright. There you go. I'm just waiting, like I said, for this to lose all the water off of here. And then it said I had to put 2 cups of water in here too. So that's not going to happen right now. I want to get all this liquid out. Not that I don't have the wrong measurements, just so I know that I just have like this little puree going on here. And I think it's about done, honestly, because I see no more liquid. All that sauce is gone. Alright, so what am I going to do? I'm going to open this packet. Let me get my knife or my scissors. Alright, so let's see what this looks like. Oof. Automatically I see this going on in here. This is the flavor packet part of it. And it's in clumps. Anything else in there? No. Right. So that's why the water has to come. So I'm going to fill up this water. Okay, this said that it needed 2 cups of water. So I have it here. Just want to see if I can. It smells good. Just gonna incorporate the water so that flavor bunched up that it has can already dissolve in there. Alright, it's looking good. It's dissolving now, but everything got cold again. Now we have to wait. Let's pick up the heat. Alright, so it still needs more water. It said 2 cups of water, but there's so much moisture. There's so much moisture inside those peppers that I feel like it's gonna make it cook, you know, whichever way fast, you know. So I have 2 cups, but I don't think I'm gonna add all the 2 cups. I'm just gonna add like 1 cup, maybe half. So what I have to do now is I have to just let this risotto sit. All right, that's it. I don't like adding a lot of water. I don't want it really mushy. So there we go. Now that's gonna come up to a nice boil. And when it does come up to the boil, I'm just gonna cover it and let it simmer and make sure all that risotto cooks in there. So let me get my cover. Yeah, see? This is a good time to cover it. Alright, Alright, so I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna reduce that heat to about like that, medium. And I'm just gonna let it cook like that. And that's gonna take about 10 minutes, and then I'll be back and we can stuff those peppers. I'll be back. Okay, so this rice has been cooking for over 20 minutes, and it looks like that. Hope it didn't burn on the bottom. Oh, just a little, nothing to worry about. But this rice is all cooked. I thought it wasn't gonna be a lot of rice with the amount of rice that it looked before, but yeah, and I tasted it. It tastes really good, but I'm not finished with it yet. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to this rice is I'm gonna drop a couple of pieces of Gouda into 3 little pockets of these little things, like each little division where it separates, you know. So just some Gouda cheese I'm putting in here, and yeah, they will have a little bit of Gouda. All right, so I still have a little bit of Gouda left, and I'm just gonna throw it right into the rice. This part I'm gonna leave for the top. This is cheddar, so I have Gouda and yellow American. I'm just gonna give it a little toss in here, and I also have something else that I wanted to put in here, such a little bit of you know, I was gonna put a little bit of the Parmesan cheese on top, but I'm not feeling it right now. So I'm just gonna leave that cheese that's in there so I can have a nice little cheese flavor. And you could see already the Gouda's already melting. I could see little strings of it. All right, so that's it. I just want to get it nice and mixed, and then I'm gonna stuff those peppers. So right now I'm just trying to melt the cheese that's in here. See, right here's the Gouda, and where is it? Now you can see it. You can see it, but it's already starting to have like that gooey melt on it. All right, so that's it. And I'm working with it. I'm sure it has it all over the place by now, and it's gonna melt nicely. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my peppers and I'm just gonna stuff it. Hopefully I can get them in without making such a big mess. Maybe I should have grabbed a different spoon, or maybe not. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. A little bit more. You have to stuff your stuffed peppers with peppers. Stuff your peppers with peppers. Okay, this is getting heavy to hold, so I'm gonna turn the stove off, and I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm gonna grab some. Hopefully it won't fall down. You could see where I was talking about the cheese already melting. That looks delicious. I want to take them out, but I'm afraid that I won't be able to get them back in, but let's try it. It's easier this way. If anything falls, it'll fall right in the pot. So there we go. Stuff those peppers very nicely. Delicious. I don't think I can stuff anymore. Okay, no. Just giving it a little push down. See if I feel any resistance. Let's get a couple of pieces of the sausage there. All right, so that's another one that's stuffed. I'll probably have some leftover rice. I'm almost sure of that, but maybe not. We shall see. So I put cheese on the bottom, cheese in the middle, and I'm gonna put cheese on top. Oops. And my beautiful daughter Amelia, if you're watching, you could come and pick one up. If you're watching, my baby Amy. Okay, so there we go. That's a good amount right there. And squish that there. I'm gonna put it right there. Good, it's not going nowhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay, let's stuff this one. And my oven is already hot, so all I have to do is just put them in the oven. So it has a nice piece of cheese there. I don't see no sausage on the top. Okay, let's get those little sausages in there. Okay, so that's good. I have one more to stuff, and he's a big one. Okay, good. It's okay. So look at all this cheese. See what I'm talking about? Look at all that cheese melted in there. And it's on the bottom of the pepper also. This is a big one, so it'll fill up really nice. Okay, there we go. And that looks nice and beautiful and nice and packed in there. So I'm gonna put it back in here, and I'm going to put this to the side. And what I want to do is grab my cheddar, and I just want to put like 3 pieces inside right there, so I can have a nice melty little crust on top, like that. I'll show you what they look like before I put them in. Just make sure they want to stand up. Just to make sure they have to stand up. Okay, they're sticking to my fingers. I need something to clean. Okay, here we go. I almost got all of them stuffed already with the cheese on top. It's gonna be nice. They're gonna ooze a little bit, but they'll just ooze right on the pepper. And I think this is it. This one has a small piece. Let's switch this one. No, you leave it right there. That's it. So I have my peppers, and hopefully they're gonna stand. I see one already falling down. Ah, don't fall. That's why I put you in this bowl, because I need you to stand up in it, and now you're folding. No, peppers. I'm fighting with the peppers. Okay. All right, that's good. They stayed. So now let's pop this in the oven. And I'm gonna leave them in the oven for like 25 minutes, and then I'll be back. Or you know what? I'm not gonna be back. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so hold on 1 second. I was gonna say I'll be back, but I washed them. Okay, so they're clean. I was thinking, since I have the oven on already, I would just cut these up. Let me get my knife over here. Okay, and I'm just gonna chop them up a little bit. Let's take off this end right there. Looks pretty good. Take this little lump out. That is a beautiful color. I love beets. Beets are my favorite, amongst the other things, but beets, I love beets. I'm gonna probably make a beet rice, maybe. So let me get rid of this and I'll be back. Okay, so they take a long time to cook. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them in half, and I think I'll cut them this way. And I didn't peel them. I really wanted to peel them, but I'm not sure if I can right now. I don't think I should, because it's so easy to take it out. You know what? I'm gonna leave them. I'm not gonna peel them. I'm just gonna leave them there. I had them soak in water, so there's really there isn't any dirt in this at all. So I'm just gonna put them down, like on the pan right here, like this. Put them like that. And then I'm gonna roast them. Let's cut this big one. Oh my goodness, this is huge. Look at the size of this beet. It's kind of a shame to like cut it into pieces, but it'll cook faster that way. I know it will cook the other way, so I'm just gonna put it right there for now. And I'm gonna take this one and put it right here. And okay, I have another one right there, and I need room for one more. And that's it. So I'm gonna leave it there for now, and I'm gonna put them in the oven right next to my my stuffed peppers. So I'll be back in a little while. Okay. Hi everybody, I'm back. I'm so tired. All that processing and making the tomato sauce and the beet and the risotto rice and everything, cutting up those peppers, everything got me pooped. But you know what? I'm not gonna just leave these sitting here. So I'm gonna take a few minutes and I'm gonna chop all that up, and I'll be back. And hopefully the food will be ready. Hi everybody, it's Wanda and I'm back, and my stuffed peppers are ready, so I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna serve. But I chopped up all those onions. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 onions. So I'm gonna take all these onions, not now, after I eat and relax, because it's been a real hard struggle today with all that food harvest that I chopped up and preserved. But let's see how the peppers look. Okay, let's get those out right now and see what they look like. Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me get them out. Okay, these peppers are ready. And they look really, really yummy. But the, hold on, I lost my train of thought. The beets that are in the oven, they're still a little hard. But these are ready, and they look really pretty. They look really nice. They're sizzling. They're making a loud noise, but... Oh, they're really hot. They let out some oil on the bottom too. So, you know what? Let me get a plate. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a pepper. Let's see. I'm gonna grab this big one right here. Don't fall apart. Yes, it's gonna fall apart because it's so tender. So I'm gonna grab a spoon. And I know that this is not gonna hold on too well. Let's see. Just don't drop it one down. Okay, so there we go. Look how pretty. That stood up really nice. So I'm gonna take one more out. I have a yellow one. Let's take out this little orange one right here. And it's about sitting. Let's move this over to the side and put the spoon down. We don't need it. I'm gonna grab my knife and I'm just gonna cut this so we can see what it looks like on the inside. Just like that. Look at that. That's beautiful. You can see all the cheese melted on the bottom and some of it coming down the side a little bit. But that's it. That's my dinner for today. Some stuffed peppers. And they came out really nice. I like the way this one is standing up. Real nice. So that's my dish. I'm going to go now. I hope everybody has a blessed evening tonight. And after I eat, I'm going to chop all these peppers up and I'll show you what everything looked like after I preserved everything. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day. If you like this video and my videos, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. That's the only way I know that you're going to like my videos. Comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. So have a good night. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys for watching my video and subscribing. That's the best. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss no recipes. Bye.